Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Toderas Show. As we all know, today is the 5th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina. Now, this hurricane, it was one of the most powerful hurricanes that was recorded in American history. And many people lost their homes, their businesses, even their lives. Now, the scary part isn't the strength of this hurricane. It's how the government responded. The government's failed response caused the death and suffering of many people during this hurricane. Now, the hurricane slammed.
Oh!
Shut up, intern! The hurricane slammed into the Gulf Coast of America. And many people were without food and shelter during this incident. FEMA provided food for only 15,000 people during the hurricane, but over 100,000 people needed it. Now, not only that, but it was the lack of transportation that was a problem. Now, people that wanted to come out of New Orleans, some of them couldn't. Many of the people were poor, and they could not afford their own means of transportation. And it is reported that a whole parking lot full of empty school buses was there, just not being used. A bunch of school buses during a natural disaster. And that's just horrible. Well, today, to clear some things up, I have invited President George W. Bush, former president, to be interviewed. And we'll just see what he has to say. Former President Bush, it is an honor to meet you and interview face to face.
Right.
Well then, let's get this started. Intern. Oh yeah. Now, President Bush, former president, many people believe that you just simply ignored the fact that many people were in need of help, and that the response wasn't what it should have been. What do you have to say about this?
The lack of crisp response was a failure at all levels of government.
Yes, it was. But why didn't you and FEMA respond well enough?
But we just didn't have any solid intelligence that gave us a warning on this.
But Bush, there was specific leaked footage of the levees leaking, and they just weren't good. They were old. They weren't good. What do you have to say?
Sickening feeling.
I don't think the fact that you felt a little sick should have burdened you enough to let millions of people die.
I was sick to my stomach.
Sure you were. Well, anyway, in a Red Cross telecom for hurricane relief, Kanye West appeared and said things like, "I hate the way they portray us in the media." It said that black families were looting, while it said that white families were simply looking for food. Now, I think that this deeply affected you because he also claimed that you do not care about the black people.
That's because he's a racist.
But didn't you and Kanye West resolve this through the media?
And I didn't appreciate it then, and I don't appreciate it now.
But sir,
I'm a racist.
looks like we need to change the subject. Now, you knew FEMA director Michael Brown, and you even supported him during the hurricane.
Yeah, it's a huge mistake.
Why would you support FEMA director Michael Brown, even though most of the public believes that he was doing a horrible, horrible job? I mean, come on, the guy found out about Hurricane Katrina and the refugees that were starving 3 days after the incident. 3 days. That's a lot of days.
The only thing I can tell you is you're right.
Back to the studio. Intern?
I love America.
Next week on the Toderas Show, we don't interview another president, because that was just weird. Intern?
Oh, my leg!
You're fired!
Oh.
Goodbye.